Sup, y'all? Let's go. It is the Locked On LSU podcast. Facebook live. What's up? Hope y'all are doing good. Let this build here. We'll get to the live Q&A here in a second. What's up, Sam Dixon? Good morning. What am I looking for? Oh, there it is. Boom. Boom, ba boom. Boom, bat, boom, ba boom. Boom, bat, boom, ba boom. All right. Joey DiStefano, Sean Pumphrey, Trivia Carter. What's up, man? Scott Wilson, good morning. All right, y'all know the drill. This is Locked On LSU, final segment. Go ahead and show. I don't know if I ever show y'all this or not. This is where I'm sitting here. So I'm in the studio, right? Here's the mic. There's the podcast. Got a little internet machine open there. Here's the board. This is the DAD. So every studio in our building has one of these. The DAD is automation software. You can tell there. So this is, I believe, Eagle 98.1. No, I don't know which one that is. Maybe it is. Anyway, that's what basically runs the station. Whereas you used to literally put carts in. That's a cart machine. Now it all runs on automation there. Boop. So anyway, Eagle 98.1 is over there. That's 100.7 The Tiger over there. I don't know if anybody's in there right now. Oh, yeah. I think Abby Lee's in there right now. All right, anyway. So here I am in the studio doing, this is a production room, doing Locked On LSU. All right, if y'all have LSU questions, fire away. Opened up, played some of the Tony Benford interview from yesterday, talked about Michigan State, some of their injuries. Just in the second segment, talked LSU baseball, recap the loss, the offense, all that stuff. And then we'll do Q&A here. So if y'all got anything LSU related, fire away. I wanted to get to that too. All right, I'll do this too. All right, we'll do one more. All right, if y'all got questions, fire away, y'all. Load them up. I'll get to them all. Here we go. Anything LSU related, fire away. Appreciate y'all. Okay, wrapping up another edition of the Locked On LSU podcast, your team every day. Please subscribe if you have not done so yet. That is a massive, massive help. We appreciate you subscribing to the podcast on whatever platform you listen to podcasts. We'll get to your Q&A here in a second. We got the Facebook Live fired up. If you're new, don't know the drill, go to my Facebook page, at Matt Moscona AFR. Like the page, set notifications. We'll go live every weekday sometime in the 10 a.m. hour Central Time, and we will get your questions live, do a live Q&A, sort of a mailbag segment. We just do it live for the final segment here of the podcast. Really quickly, though, Ed Ogeron met with the media on Tuesday after spring practice. Here's what he had to say about his offense. Here's what he had to say about his offense.
I'm so fired up about the offense. I just love the way Coach Binger and them guys are working. And I just see the offense that I finally want.
So, Coach O fired up, sees the offense that he finally wants. Took a little while. See if it carries over into the fall. But buzz is pretty good over there on the Ponderosa. You got a veteran quarterback. You got a lot of toys in the toy chest. A 28-year-old passing game coordinator who is innovating and speeding things up, running tempo, some RPOs. We get a glimpse at it April 6th in the spring game. Okay, coming to your questions. This is something that you will like, however. I was perusing USA Today last evening, and Scott Gleason of USA Today wrote his 5 bold predictions for the Sweet 16. Number 1 is that Duke goes down. Well, you know what that means. Number 2 in his bold predictions, LSU wins the East. He writes, after the Tigers clipped Maryland on a last-second drive by Tremont Waters in the second round, guard Javonte Smart reminded reporters that a lot of people counted us out. His teammate Emmett Williams even quipped, they didn't even pick us to beat Yale. One ingredient LSU is not missing is motivation. Having reached the Sweet 16 as an underdog number 3 seed with head coach Will Wade still suspended amid an FBI probe, can fill-in coach Tony Benford lead this team to an upset of Michigan State in the Sweet 16 and then slay Duke or Virginia Tech in the Elite Eight? It'd certainly be the most unlikely number 3 seed to get to the Final Four in a decade. The Tigers, with a smorgasbord of talent, won the SEC regular season title, but the mettle of each player and how those pieces have now grown together position the Tigers to go far in the NCAAs. Benford has kept them focused, and that can be the difference maker in March. One national media outlet picking the Tigers to dance their way into the Final Four. We'll start to see if it plays out that way on Friday. Okay, let's get to your live Q&A. We appreciate the questions as always. We'll start with Hong Tam Win, who said, "Good morning. LSU really needs a hitting coach." That is certainly one that I anticipate fielding a lot today. It's reminiscent of the hashtag Fire Javi days when LSU fans loved to crack on or call for the job of former LSU hitting coach Javi Sanchez. I'm not going to completely disagree. I've said on the record many times over the years that I wish Paul Mainieri would take the same approach with his hitting coach position that he did with his pitching coach when David Gruey left LSU. He went and hired the best pitching coach in the country. He went and found Alan Dunn with decades of experience in the minor league and big league systems, and he has mentored young pitchers and helped guys like Gosman and Nola and Eads and Lang develop into what they have become. So I wish they would do the same at the hitting coach spot. He'd done that with Andy Cannizaro, and of course Andy went and got a head coaching job. Can't fault him for that. But the inability over the last 3 seasons to find that guy, I would agree. I also don't think that is entirely the issue with LSU's offense right now. A lot of you were saying the same things 2 years ago with Micah Gibbs, and LSU caught fire in the middle of the season and rode it all the way to the national runner-up. Cole, let's see. So that's the sense of urgency with the baseball team only recording 4 hits last night and not scoring against McNeese State going forward. I guess he means what's the sense of urgency? I would tell you that at this point, while I understand the feeling like there needs to be urgency, if you take a step back and legitimately think about this, as uncomfortable as it was to watch LSU's offense scuffle with 4 hits and no runs at home against McNeese, they are 6 games into conference play. You have 24 more conference games, 8 more conference weekends, 2 more months of conference games. There doesn't need to be urgency with 2 months remaining in your conference schedule. You need to focus. You definitely need to get better. It's a tough challenge this weekend going to Mississippi State, which has a top 5 ERA in the country collectively as a staff. But I'm not going to say there needs to be urgency at the end of March. If you lose the series at State and then you lose another home series, okay, now you got to kick it in gear because you put yourself behind the 8 ball to get where you want to go. But as of now, I don't know that I'd say urgency is needed because you want to pace yourself correctly. Be better in March than you were in February, which they are. Be better in April than you were in March. Be better in May than you were in April. Be better in June than you were in May. You do that, you'll be in Omaha. Chad Dupuy is comparing Stingley to Reggie Bush, fair to a true freshman. Ed Ogeron did that if you missed it. Ed's done that since he showed up on campus. He said that Darius Geis runs the football the way that Warren Sapp played defensive tackle. He's all about reminding people about the guys that he's coached in the past, and I don't think that it's added pressure. I just think it's how Ed communicates. Let's see. Stacy Abear, what does LSU have to do long-term to be in the conversation with Alabama football? Wait for Nick Saban to retire and have Alabama regress because LSU's not going to catch them. I hate to be Debbie Downer. That's just the reality of it, unless if they want to go hire Dabo Swinney. Cole, any potential lineup changes coming to the starting 9 with the lack of offensive production for the baseball team? It's a good question. The problem is, who do you put in? I mean, Broussard and Hughes have been interchangeable at second, and neither's hitting. One change we've seen is Giovanni DiGiacomo, who's hitting over 300, seems to have established himself as the DH. My hope is that you see Saul Garza establish himself as the everyday catcher, and with everyday reps, approaches 280, 300. And if he can do that, it's far better than what Mathis was giving you batting 200. So I think those are our options. Really, you just need your guys that can hit to hit. You need Josh Smith and Zach Watson and Antoine Duplantis and Daniel Cabrera and Chris Reed, the guys that you know can hit at this level and have done it for 3 or 4 years. You need those guys to hit. That's what you need. Let's see. Stephen Miller, who wins more games this weekend, LSU baseball or LSU basketball? Now, that's an interesting question. Do you consider Thursday the weekend as well? I'll go baseball. Sorry. Hong Tam Win. What can we do to contain Cassius Winston? Dude is a beast. Tremont Waters is the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Go get him, Tiger. Let's see. Eric Creel. What team do you like more, the current team or the 06 Final Four team? Oh, no, I like that question. That's a good comparative question. I like, let's see, Tyrus Thomas and Cavell are similar players. By the way, I saw Tyrus Thomas yesterday. Looks good, man. He's in town from Florida. Tyrus and Cavell, neither dynamic offensive guys, but amazing shot blockers. I would like Nas over, let's say, Tasman Mitchell, who was a freshman on that team, but Big Baby provides a dimension that's probably better than you get with different, but Baby was better that year than, say, Emmett Williams was this year as a 4. It's probably better to compare Baby and Nas. Boy, I like the guards on this year's team, but I would take Tremont over Daryl Mitchell. Skylar and Garrett Temple are interesting comps, but you might actually go Marlon Taylor, Garrett Temple. I don't know. It's a good question. I think this team undoubtedly has more talent, and is deeper. But that team played so well together, man. They were so fun to watch. I probably like the 06 team. I like this team's talent. That makes sense. Is that a good cop-out? Hope so. And one more. What would be considered a passing grade for this weekend at Mississippi State? Just get 1. If you get 1, that puts you at 5-4 in the conference. You're still above 500, and you couldn't lose another series unless if you had a sweep somewhere down the line to keep pacing for 20-10. My ambition for this weekend, I think LSU has an advantage in Game 3 against Mississippi State. I'd like to see them split the first 2. If LSU can split the first 2, I think they have an awesome shot to win Game 3. And if they do that, you can go on the road and win the series. And that would be a massive confidence boost for this team to go on the road, win a series, get to 6-3. I'd much rather win the road series against the SEC West team than the SEC East team. So it's a big weekend. Tiebreakers could come into play down the stretch. This, I think, is a huge opportunity for a confidence boost for LSU going to Starkville. So if you get 1, I'll take it because you're still above 500 in the conference. And you need a sweep somewhere along the way. But which you can do. There are those opportunities. The next weekend when you go to Missouri is a great opportunity to do that. You're home against Florida, then you're at Missouri. But 2 would be awesome. All right, it's going to do it for us. It's the Locked On LSU podcast. We appreciate you for hanging out. As always, do me a favor, tell your friends, retweet it, share it, pass it along, like us, rate us on iTunes, however you're listening, and please subscribe. We appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, full preview of the LSU Mississippi State series, and we'll keep counting you down to LSU and Michigan State in the Sweet 16. It is the Locked On LSU podcast, your team every day. All right, y'all. That'll do it. How you like my nah? Save that. Close out of that. All right, I got to go upload this podcast, y'all. Today we've got we'll do an LSU Michigan State preview on AFR. The guest I was telling y'all about, like fingers crossed, about talking about arm care yesterday. Hopefully that comes through today. Anything else y'all want on the show on AFR today, let me know. Happy to do some of that stuff. Shelby, how's your ranking for the podcast? Still 4th. I wish I knew how big the gap was, but I'm 4th. The Kentucky, Tennessee, and I think BYU are the top 3, and then I'm 4. So, in the college network. So, I don't like it. I wish I knew how far I had to go, but I look at my numbers every single day, and our downloads every day. I mean, it's just the graph is increasing. So it's been fun to watch it grow. All right. What's up, Dale Lockman? You got it, man. Thank you. Okay. All right. Y'all be good. We'll see y'all later on AFR. Peace.